In chapter 2861, Kiera finds herself grappling with conflicting emotions and uncertainties about her growing relationship with Julian, while her mother, Mrs. Karen, offers both wisdom and concerns. The chapter opens with Kiera expressing a desire to live separately from Julian's parents after marriage, believing it would prevent potential conflicts. Mrs. Karen, however, warns Kiera that even if they live apart, Julian's mother could still create problems that might strain their relationship. She advises Kiera not to rush into accepting Julian's proposal until she understands the dynamics with his family better. Kiera becomes introspective, questioning whether Julian's affection is genuine or merely a passing interest. She worries about the possibility of Julian's parents disapproving of her, which could lead to heartache if they try to separate them. This fear prompts her to consider maintaining their current friendship rather than risking a deeper romantic involvement. Mrs. Karen, sensing her daughter's turmoil, emphasizes the importance of meeting Julian's parents before making any decisions. She urges Kiera not to assume how they might feel without first hand interaction. Despite her cautionary advice, Mrs. Karen also hints at the rarity of in laws like Serenity and Jasmine's mother in law, who openly defend and support their daughters in law, contrasting them with a more common scenario of critical or difficult mothers in law. Their conversation is interrupted by Julian's unexpected return home. His arrival causes Kiara further confusion as she struggles to process her feelings amidst her mother's warnings. She asks Mrs. Karen not to reveal her uncertainty to Julian and retreats upstairs, uncertain about facing him in her current state of mind. Julian, unaware of Kiara's inner turmoil, enters the scene looking for her. Mrs. Karen attempts to divert his attention, pretending to have just come down from collecting laundry. She engages Julian in casual conversation about his early return and the snowfall outside, trying to distract him from noticing Kiara's absence or Mrs. Karen's own evasive behavior. Julian's concern for Kiara is evident as he questions Mrs. Karen about her whereabouts, expressing his usual routine of visiting the martial arts gym after work in hopes of seeing her. Mrs. Karen, caught off guard and feeling uneasy, manages to maintain a facade of normalcy while internally struggling with her conflicting roles as a mother and a mediator in Kiara's romantic dilemma. Throughout the chapter, the underlying theme of familial expectations and personal anxieties surfaces prominently. Kiera's apprehensions about Julian's intentions and his family's potential disapproval reflect common fears in navigating serious relationships. Mrs. Karen's protective instincts and pragmatic advice highlight the challenges of balancing personal desires with familial dynamics, especially in the context of differing socioeconomic backgrounds. As the chapter concludes with Julian's persistent concern for Kiera's whereabouts, the tension heightens, leaving us to wonder how Kiera will resolve her uncertainties and whether she will confront Julian about her hesitations.